I take what I do so serious. That's the point of all this. You know, I always tell people, the Imam Jamil Abdul-Alameen, he always, like, I try to remember what he say, but it's always like, I seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from misleading and from being misled, from betraying and being betrayed into ignorance by others. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide my heart and to guide my tongue. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guard my ears from what they hear. That's what I say. And I thank the Imam Jamil Abdul-Alameen for that. So I hope that you all understand what I'm saying when I say I'm not a film director. I never went to school for that. I take my hat off to anybody who did, and they followed their dream, like, and they became movie directors, like, so it's a guy I admire. His name Wes Anderson, I think. He a filmmaker. I think he a real good filmmaker. And then it's another dude, I don't really know his name, but he started with a show called Happy Days. And the guy ended up being a great director. As I follow his life, I wish I could remember his name. MashaAllah. But that's neither here nor there. So there was a guy who was following the rapper. His name was Chaos, I think. Chitist or something like that. But Chaos, I know his name was Chaos. And I was watching one of his videos because I had used in the anthology I made of black artistry and just culture, of our history, because Rollo became a part of our history. He's black Muslim, and he affected our community. And nobody. It's almost like in Summerhill, Obama and Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, they have a school over there in Summerhill. So our masjid in the West End is Rollo affected that historically by helping, it maintain. Most people don't understand that we almost lost our masjid, and that brother stepped up. So anyway, I was just trying to honor him in the video I was making at the time. But it's just artistry. It's anthology is why I keep saying that. The artistry part is just putting it together. That's my artistry. I'm not a rapper. I'm not none of that. So what I did do was, anyway, what Chaos said was that he the best to ever do this. I guess he was talking about vlogging, because he couldn't been talking about with no camera. Just the best to ever do it with a camera, because all you did was follow a dude around with a camera. You hold the camera yourself. Like, what the fuck was that? Was what I thought once he said he the best to ever do it. Like, Chaos, for real, you the best to ever do what? That shit was trash, like a dumpster you hear out there. So for me, I just held the camera, I held the camera too. I did all that myself, that whole movie myself. I got a few more people to help, and I always wonder why people who are doing something that involve a camera, why you don't never get nobody else to hold your camera? You don't gotta do it by yourself. And so that's neither here nor there. So me, man, I in life, man, I always said to people, man, you can't sow a bad seed and reap a good harvest. That's my opinion. And that's still my opinion. So that's what my movie about. A nigga come to a neighborhood and it's a blood neighborhood, and the gangsters don't take kindly to strangers trying to come over their hood and try to do stuff. So, they call New York on me, You hear that trash truck, man. I love it, the show Rock, man, and I pay tribute to a lot of movies in that movie. I call it a motion picture at the time, but that's just right now. But I pay a lot of tribute to where, where the boy in Men's Society pull up on the boy with the big wheel. So in 2019, we got the Bentley jump, for our kids. And then, the gangsters in New York. You know, just the fact that they have to establish themselves in their boroughs and control their neighborhood. So I wanted to show off they neighborhood. You know, you saw the black kids; they ain't even scared to be in the street. They got so much heart. You know, and so I wanted to, you know, pay homage to New York. You know, in Atlanta, we both got the same kind of symbol here. You know, we got a Statue of Liberty on top of our little situation downtown. So, you know, I try to bring a lot of our historic, you know, parts of Atlanta, Spaghetti Junction, you know, the Capitol Building, different things, you know, our neighborhoods, the West End as a historic area, from the Hammer House to the Rand's Nest, and these things we had to go visit as kids, and our kids aren't exposed to that anymore. So the dialogue in the movie, again, allows us to expose our Southern, you know, because we're in America, and when we're in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and that's the South. The racism was in the South. That's why you see my baby beating her sister with that belt. So it's just, you know, again, I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing me to give a depiction, a artful view of depiction of people's daily life, and put my artistry to it and try to give it a spin to where people don't, you know, aspire to be, you know, killers. You know, don't get in the gang to be a killer. Get in the gang to be a changer. You know, I think his name Killer Mike. They came out with a drink, you know, a Cripple Cola or something, and you know, those are gangsters. And there's so many other ones that have businesses. They even wear judge uniforms and police uniforms, and you know, occupy some of the seats in our offices. And they all come from Crips and Bloods. You know, like the Imam Jamil Abdul-Alamin was once quoted in a book called American Gangster. Oh, I'm not gonna give that quote because he was H.R. Brown at that time, man. A guy gave me advice once. He said, "Leave the past in the past." And like a Wes Anderson movie is set in the past. You know, a lot of these different, you know, I don't know. I keep saying that author. I'm not good with people's names, and I don't want to mess up nobody else's name. But I just know that that guy, you know, chose to set certain scenes in the past, and that's the only equivalent of the past that I want to share. I want to share that we have a history. You know, in 1974, you know, the West End, probably before 1974, had a swimming pool, the West End Park. I would love to see footage of that, you know, people enjoying that pool, you know, and probably make some type of film that shows that, you know, in the evolution till Rollo gets there. And I only keep saying Rollo's name because the Pakistan movement, the whole establishing a culture, you know, of Islam within a community, that's not new. I think some Buddhists have different communities in and out throughout Georgia, and Hindu, different people where, you know, you can just drive down the street and they have a whole culture of land that fits that origin they come from, whether it's Turkey or if they come from Malaysia, if they come from Uzbekistan, who knows? Well, all I know is that they have a right to live within their cultural liking. And I share that same view. I would love to be able to live in a Muslim community simply because it's a Muslim community. That's the reason I want to live here, not for the economic standing it has. So that poverty-stricken project in the depiction of art that I have is in the middle of the woods. If you look at it, just look at the trees, look at I mean, it's like if we went and landed in Korea. Because my favorite movie is The Interview. The guy who created that movie, The Interview, I forget that director's name, but he's amazing. And I thought the story from The Interview was amazing. And my hat's off to those people. I'd give them a slice of the devil's pie if I could. But no, I love pie. I always say that in my life I would want my wife to always Bake me a pie. That's all I know. She's my wife. Just bake me an apple pie. And I've told them all, every woman I've met, and nobody has baked that pie yet. That's why I don't think I've met my wife. I'm 37, still looking, inshallah. So yeah, that's my story, man. Just hopefully y'all enjoy the show, the motion picture, and it will get better, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.